That's
All right,
really enough.
All right, we are live again. We're at the Monero Denver conference. I do not want to butcher the name. It's Aravinda. Okay, and you did a talk this morning on Omni Ring.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So we had Tim Ruffing on, I guess about a week ago. So you worked with Tim on this?
Yeah, it was a joint work with Tim right from 2016. So yeah, 3 years of work with Tim. Yeah.
Who else worked on this?
So many people actually came into the project, and like it went through several iterations. So it's Russell. It's one of the main contributors to the paper. Then we have Victoria, Dominic, my advisor, Tim, and Jia Fan from Chinese University of Hong Kong. Yeah, so we worked on this for the past year or so, like several iterations going over it. Yeah. Yes.
And how did you get involved?
It actually started out as my master thesis in 2016 when I took a cryptocurrency course lecture, and my professor kind of pitched the idea to me to formalize and study Monero Ring CT. And yeah, it started off then. It became my first project in my PhD. Then it became first projects for many people, and then yeah, it went through quite a lot of journey.
So it started as kind of just a study of Ring CT, and then from that, you guys actually started to try to figure out how to optimize things?
Yeah. So the main goal was to formalize the security and functionality of what Ring CT could do, right? And then we found out that we could actually improve the efficiency in terms of time and cost and space. And then we kept finding more and more improvements and also stronger formalizations, and we reached the point where we are now. Yeah.
And so I know it's kind of hard to summarize in this little 10-minute talk we do, but what is Omni Ring doing different from the current Ring CT models that allows for these improvements?
So Omni Ring, I mean, as the name goes, it allows you to have multiple spends. Like you can spend from multiple keys with a single ring, right? So currently how you do this is you take multiple rings, and then you put your spending key in each of them, and you generate so many amount of linkable ring signatures. But now you have a single ring, you put all your accounts into this, keys into this, and then you generate a efficient proof. And for generating this efficient proof, we end up using the bulletproof technique, which is currently used for range proofs. We extended to prove membership proofs in this set, this ring, or the anonymity set. And we integrate also stealth addresses, which end up giving you receiver anonymity into this bulletproof framework. So Omni Ring basically has one ring, extends the bulletproof technique, and proves the relations that needs to be proved for security and privacy, and ends up giving you super efficient signature size or proof size, and which in turn reflects in the size of the transactions also. So in the end, you could have a ring size of let's say 1,000 keys. That means you have that order of privacy, and your signature or the transaction size would still be logarithmic in the of 1,000. So yeah, so it kind of scales up the privacy and also efficiency of what Monero currently does.
So essentially, I mean, because we're at a ring size of, I guess, like 11, you're saying we could almost be at a ring size of something like 1,000 and still have the same effects on our transaction speed?
So probably the time that is required to generate this transaction could be affected by how large your ring is, but it would not affect the verification time of a transaction. That means that it won't affect the consensus of the chain. So yeah, so you could potentially move from 11 to order of a few hundreds and still have nice properties and nice times for verification and not affect consensus. Yeah.
All right, that sounds very promising and something that we should all be excited about. Are you guys working with the Monero Research Lab and trying to actually implement it?
Yeah, so we are in discussion with the Monero Research Lab. A couple of guys are actively working on implementing this. In fact, we are working on several. We mostly looked at the cryptographic aspects of how this should work, but the Monero Research Lab team has brought in implementation factors, and we are trying to see what optimizations can be done so that the efficiency that you get in the cryptographic sense gets reflected in the real world when it gets implemented in Monero, for example. Yeah.
Very exciting. Is there anything else that you think you'll be working on in Monero?
Just now over there, we were having nice brainstorming sessions with a couple of other speakers and people from here. It's promising. We are looking at aspects of how do you select this ring that goes into the ring CT, and stuff like how do you. There was the talk on accumulators, and we were discussing how would this make sense in Monero to improve efficiency and so on. It's promising. There are some directions that came out. Yeah.
Is Monero a coin that you're actually kind of personally interested in, or is it just from this kind of research level, trying to improve the cryptography?
It started out as a cryptographic project. Once you get your hands dirty and you work on it for some time, you get interested in various facets of the currency itself. So I would say, yeah, I'm interested in different aspects of Monero, not just the privacy and anonymity. I'm also interested in scalability and stuff like that. It wasn't that I was interested in Monero in the beginning, but now I am definitely.
And other coins as well, the other crypto projects?
Yeah, I don't look at other coins per se, but I mostly look at blockchains as a fundamental primitive. Monero is the only coin that I'm actively working on, but other projects that I work on are mostly related to blockchains and how and what you can achieve with how does the blockchain behave and stuff like that. Yeah.
And so when you say you're not so much interested in the privacy aspects, but maybe even the scaling, so you're saying because of the way Monero is architected, or you're saying just because you would like the challenge of trying to help Monero scale?
Privacy is interesting. It's not that I'm not less interested, but I'm also interested in solving the challenge of scalability of not just Monero, but Monero probably in a few years is going to evolve into several other things, right? And then you would, of course, need to deal with the issues with scalability. So, I want to deal with scalability of Monero on a blockchain in a generic sense. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, it was great meeting you. Thank you for coming here. Where did you come from?
Oh, okay. So I'm from India originally. I'm doing my PhD in Germany. I came to Purdue for a 3-month visit, so I'm actually flying from Purdue now. So it's a train, yeah.
Oh wow, great. Is there? Obviously we know there is, but are you kind of a part of the Monero contingent in Germany at all? Is there like active meetups and things that you attend over there?
No, not exactly. I've not been exposed to that yet. Probably now I need to go and check what's happening there. Yeah.
All right. Well, once again, thank you. It's great having you, and it's very exciting. Omni Ring. I hope it's something that we can figure out how to implement because it certainly has a lot of positives.
Of course, definitely. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. See you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you.